3, 2, 1. Arguing again, arguing about something so simple. Make it clear, tell me why you're running back to him. Feeling insecure, feeling like there's more to your character.
Okay, I'm testing my mic just to make sure it works. Let's see. Is it working? Okay. It's been a while since I've done any of this.
No one's gonna see this, it's fine.
Well, hey there. It's been a couple of years and I don't look the same. So let's talk about it because I'm back. So last time you guys saw me, I just finished competing in the 2022 Oklahoma Championships in figure, and I am not 10% or less body fat anymore. So here's where I've been. Here's what's been going on. Just to fill you guys in. And the good news is I'm back and I want to start uploading more videos. I am in a different path in life right now, so things are going to be a little different. So without further ado, here's where I've been. Here's what's been going on. So after I competed in 2022, I kind of spiraled a little bit with mental health because prep was really hard. And when you reverse, if you don't reverse correctly, which I did not, because my first competition, I made many mistakes. I became very, very, very depressed. My goal was over. I had worked like many years, I think 2 to 3 years, but it had been a dream of mine for many more than that. And it was finally at an end, and I didn't know what to do with my life. And I thought for a while that I would go into women's physique and take a couple years to build. And that's what I started doing. And then somehow along the way, my husband and I decided that we were ready for kids. So in, I think September of 2022, we started trying for a baby. And a few months went by, no luck. I bought a bunch of books. We bought little baby clothes for an announcement, thinking that it would be super easy. And it was not. So we think, okay, we're gonna try for a whole year and then go from there. So we keep trying, and we think that we have a positive pregnancy test, and the lines fade and I have a miscarriage. So that happened a couple times. Really hard. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but that kind of spiraled even further out of control, mental health wise. And I gained a whole lot of weight over the past 2 years. We continued to try between 2022 all the way until I think January 2023, we finally gave up. When I say gave up, I mean we just didn't track or like meticulously plan anything. We just let nature take its course. If it happens, it happens. But yeah, that was a really rough couple of years. And I let myself go quite a bit. My gym routine it wasn't super inconsistent, but it became a little bit inconsistent. I started taking more days off, taking more rest days, finding excuses not to lift. And I ended up getting back up to like, I think 193 pounds, 198 was my heaviest since my show in 2022. So we hit 198 pounds in January 2023. And that's when I decided that it was time to let go. So yeah. That has been an adventure, and I've been working with a local coach over the past year on and off. We ended up just doing lifestyle for now because I'm taking a new path in life. If you guys have been here for a long time, a lot of you came from my Instagram, and you remember my stories sharing all of the frustrations in education in like 2021. But things got better over the past few years, and I started to love my job again. In fact, I think I fell in love with my job more than I ever had since I had started. So past 2 years, been a roller coaster of good and bad. But I was enjoying what I was doing. And in April of 2024, things took a little twist. So in April 2024, we found ourselves in a unique position to where I could afford to go back to school and get my master's degree. Now, if you guys have been with me for a while, I tried to get my master's in clinical nutrition in 2020, 2021. But I hit roadblock after roadblock. So I had zero financial aid left for undergrad, but I needed undergrad prerequisites in order to get into the master's program through Arizona State to do clinical nutrition or dietetics or whatever. And I applied for FAFSA, and all of my aid was gone. It went all to my undergrad. So that was out of the picture. I would have to pay cash, but at the time we were living like paycheck to paycheck. So that didn't work out. And I just went about my life. And then in April, it clicked. I was like, hey, we're in the perfect optimal spot, very temporary spot to where I could finally pull this off. But I had a different idea this time because I'd started to fall in love with my job more than ever. I decided that I either wanted to get my master's in music education to further my skills there, or school administration. And my thought process with school administration was that I would use it just to have information and the knowledge of what like administrators and district leadership is under as far as restraints go, so that I could advocate for music education. That was the thought process. Well, in May, everything flipped upside down on its head. Literally, personal life, work, everything just tanked. So I was going through like a whole quarter life crisis for the 5th time. And it was interesting. So I became really depressed. I ended up not eating. And I didn't know, I was so anxious, I didn't know what to do. So I went on 1 to 2 mile runs every day. And I didn't really lift. And I walked literally 6 miles a day. 6 miles a day. I left my house and I walked every time I got anxious. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed about it. I didn't know if I wanted to come back to the school that I was at, the district or whatever. And in my prayers, my husband and I had decided to just take a weekend trip. We took a little 4-day weekend together. I was out of school, he took off work, and we drove to every single school that I'd ever taught in or student taught in or observed for a significant amount of time. Anywhere that I had impacted any kids in any way. And on that journey, we stopped by the school that I was at the past couple years last. And I saw, when I got out of the car, because I took a picture of each of them, the sun illuminating the building. And I was like, okay, coincidence, probably, whatever. So I move on, and I'm still having a hard time. I get in my car after I take this picture, and in my little center console tray is this little note from my band students, from 3 girls that I had in 7th grade band last year. And it said, right over the front, "See you in 8th grade, Miss Lamb." And so in that moment, I was like, okay, interesting. So I move on about my day, my life. That evening, we get home, and I'm laying in bed, and I'm reading an anxiety devotional through like my Bible app on my phone. And I get like this thought, and it's not my own thought. Like, you guys, if you're Christian, if you've ever had an experience with God, you know what I'm talking about. It was not my own thoughts. These are not, like, the wording, everything was different. And it was something along the lines of, "Stay with me and I will light your path. I'm within you, you will not fail." And these were like different moments, different little snippets. Yeah. I will light your path. I look back at all those photos that I took earlier that day, and the 2 schools that were illuminated were the 2 schools in my district that I'm at right now. And that's when I knew I had to stay. So that's what I did. I stayed, fulfilled my contract, and I prayed really hard. I was still not at peace. Something was still off. I wanted to drop my master's program. I wasn't even sure that I wanted to teach before that moment. I was literally applying to things far outside of education. And then I decided the next day, okay, this is it. I'm coming back. I'm continuing this. This feels right, but I still had some inner conflict, and I asked God, I said, I need you to give me a sign. You've done it for others. I need it clear, I need it obvious as day. Something specific. And I was said, how about a blue jay? Like, I need it obvious, in my face, undeniable sign. Well, 2 weeks goes by. I see nothing. I'm starting to think, okay, this is all in my head. I'm delusional. I'm crazy. I'm depressed. It's like there's something wrong with me. My husband and I are going through personal stuff. I'm not saying with each other or anything, but like we're going through some stuff. So we're taking walks together in the evenings. And one evening we decided to go on a little walk just to like talk and spend time together. And on this walk, I look down the sidewalk, and I'll insert it here. There is a literal deceased, a dead blue jay, deceased on the sidewalk. And if that's not obvious, I don't know what is. If that's not a sign, if that's not obvious, I don't know what is. It was clear as day. And then things just started rolling out like a freaking bouncy ball on a ramp. Things just got rolling. Before I knew it, I was enrolled in my master's program. I had gotten multiple approval letters. Things were happening. People were calling me from my district about opportunities for leadership growth as I continue on this path. And these are people that I didn't reach out to myself. They found me, and people started coming into my life, and God told me that the things that I'm interested in are his way of lighting my path for me. And yeah, that kind of unfolded, and I started my master's degree in October, on October 9th, first day of school. I am a few weeks in. I've already got the entire month of October, all my assignments done. I'm really, 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 really at peace with everything that's happening. And now the answer to why we were struggling with fertility, the answer to why I was so depressed after my show and unsure if I wanted to continue bodybuilding, it makes sense. Everything makes sense now, because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, and this is the path that I'm supposed to be on. Am I saying that I'll never bodybuild again? No, I have an interest in it. I still love it. It might be in my future. Am I saying that we'll never have a family? No, we're open to adoption. It took my parents 5 to 7 years to conceive me, and it took them 5 to 7 years to conceive my brother. So that's why my brother and I are 7 years apart, is because it took them 5 years in between just to finally have me. So I'm not going to negate it, but I have a feeling that God is pointing me in the direction that I need to be in, and I have more faith than I've ever had in my life, because I literally watched miracles happen in front of me. Like, how does that happen? It's insane. Life is really insane. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm still trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, still trying to stay active and fit, and I'm meal prepping, and I still have a coach for right now until my master classes go up in cost, and then we got to figure out finances from there. But yeah, I'm still doing workouts, I'm still meal prepping, I'm still doing all that stuff. I'm just not competing in bodybuilding right now. I would say that at this moment we're just recomping, trying to come back down from that highest of 198. Right now I'm sitting at like between 177 and 180. My body's fluctuating a lot, but that's where I'm at the moment. Not giving up on health and fitness and nutrition and stuff. That's still a huge passion of mine, and I've found opportunities that connect both with my passion for fitness and education, and I plan to utilize them in tandem to help other people and to support other teachers and to contribute to the world, I guess. But yeah, I'm back, and my content's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little bit of education, a little bit of health, a little bit of fitness, a little bit of lifestyle, a little bit of everything.